Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. Thanks so much for being patient and hanging on while we sorted through some technical difficulties back in Thousand Oaks aboard the mothership at Sideshow. Did I already say that I'm Terry Smith? I feel like I've already said that, but I can never say that too many times just to make sure you all know. With me as usual today are my partners in crime, Guy Klender and Paul Hernandez. Hey dudes, what's up?
Oh, hey, good
Howdy.
to see you, Terry Smith, and great to see Paul as usual.
Yeah, man, it's always great to see both of you guys.
Paul,
Hello, everyone. Hi. Can you guys
All
hear me?
right.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
still
I'm
having
hearing
some,
you
like
good. I'm hearing you good.
I tripped over the Wi-Fi cable. You know, the one that runs across all of California, and I unplugged it.
Yeah.
I apologize, everyone.
So you
it's
are the Iron Giant, basically, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
essentially. I've been
Uh-huh.
saying it for years.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm guessing everybody here that we haven't really talked about it much today before the pre-show because there was too much going on. But has everybody here seen the Iron Giant? And if you haven't seen it have you seen it lately, or have you only seen it like at the time that it was dropped? I mean, talk to me. What Guy, did you see it
I
recently
saw
or
it theatrically when it first came out a number of times
so proud of you.
in the movie theaters, and
Yeah.
then own just about every version of it that's come out on video in all of its different formats. So I was very, very excited to do this. I collect a lot of the stuff from Iron Giant, so this is a great piece.
That's
So
great.
yes, I
That's great. How about you,
rewatched
Paul?
it again last night.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
See, I haven't seen the movie in probably like 10 years, but I did do
Okay.
I did brush up on the film a little bit, and I've got more Superman knowledge than I know what to do with, so I think I'll be okay today.
You'll be
See,
fine.
that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And let me tell you why that's kind of cool. Okay, because for me, speaking for me personally, I didn't see the Iron Giant until about a decade ago for the first time. So
Right.
we have
Okay.
amongst in this little triumvirate that we have going on here, we have three different perspectives. The
We sure
perspective
do.
of somebody who came into it late, the perspective of somebody who came into it early and who has also seen it recently, and the perspective of someone who saw it early but hasn't seen it lately. So this will be an interesting thing for the discussions that come later. Yes.
Now, Terry, I have a question, sir, because I don't remember this movie coming out, to be honest. Like,
Okay.
I don't. So with that, maybe you can both speak to it. Was this like a huge success when it came out? Like
No.
immediately, or was it like a
No.
real slow burn?
No,
No.
it wasn't. This came out in '99, and it was actually the first widescreen animated film that had been done.
Yes.
And it was only promoted a few months beforehand, and it's really become more of a cult classic and a favorite after it had been out, after it kind of came to the
Right.
home video and second market, and now there's such a fandom for it that this thing has a revival of any theatrical times, and boy, everybody rushes to it.
I think
If
this is. I was gonna say, I think this is one of those movies in like the pantheon of films that like I think will never get a reboot or anything.
No,
Like
no.
like Back to the Future, things like that, where you're like never make it again. Like it's
No.
perfect, it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Would you agree with
I
that, Terry
see no
Smith?
reason. I see
Yeah.
no reason for it to be
There-
rebooted whatsoever. No.
there's so much about it. Paul just does this crazy trivia thing where you talk about somebody who's really been into the movie. Behind you, you have all of the Iron Men. This was actually
Oh,
based on
yeah.
a book called The Iron Man, and they decided and this was pre Marvel Cinematic Universe to call it the Iron Giant as not to be confused with the Marvel character Iron Man.
Yeah.
So I thought
That's
that was kind of fun.
that's
that
actually
is
really
interesting.
yeah, nicely played there, Paul.
Nicely,
No,
yeah. I was
totally
like,
on
I
purpose.
like that. I like that he has that. I don't know exactly. I mean, I just like that you've done it. I think it's great.
All
So
right. Well,
you are
thanks
gonna
for all
love
that
this,
awesome
guys. You're gonna love
Thanks
this.
for all that awesome trivia there, Guy. That's all good. That's all good stuff going into this. And speaking of going into things, I think it's maybe about time we got into a few details that I need to shout out. First of all, I need to let everybody know that we are not going to be doing a guess the reveal contest as we typically do on a Tuesday this week. The reason for that is that we are going to be taking a break from Unsealed and Revealed next week, so that the team at Sideshow can better prepare for the festivities that we're going to call Sideshow Con. That's right, Sideshow Con is right around the corner. Paul, do you have anything that you feel you need to tell everybody out there about in regards to that, or
Yeah, I mean, we have I'm terrified because there is so much that we need to tell you, and there's so many things that I legally cannot
Can't
say.
tell you.
So it's fun to walk that little line
I
right between.
love
Yes, like
putting you on the spot.
oh, no problem. It's when I work best. So, like Terry said, will not have a show next week because we are all in the throes of Comic-Con. And don't forget, everyone, you can go ahead and register right now if you head on over. I've got it. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. It should be side.show/con. You can register because we have a ton of great reasons to pre-register. There are exclusive giveaway opportunities, exclusive reward code opportunities, and as you will all see tomorrow, because we're going to have a show basically previewing all of our incredible Sideshow Con swag for 2021. If you are a registrant, you get early access to buy all of that, which does have a limited quantity. So if it's gone, it's gone. Sorry, guys. So you're going to want to register. It's completely free. You're going to get some codes. Just for registering, there may be exclusive code opportunities and exclusive giveaway opportunities. And don't forget, tomorrow we do have our show where we are going to be showing all of you everything that is in the 2021. Yeah, that's what year we're in. 2021 Sideshow Con swag kit this year, and that is tomorrow. So I will get the exact time for you all. Maybe later I'll throw it in the chats wherever you all are. But yeah, so that's all I've got for Sideshow Con. That's all we can say right now. And again, if you guys have any other questions about any of that or about the Iron Giant figure by Mondo that we're going to take a look at in a second, let me know. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook, the Later Geek Set Show Facebook group. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because every time you do, Iron Man's smile gets a little bit wider. Look at. So every time you like this video, look at that beautiful smile.
I can totally see it.
You can see it. It's
little
behind
bit
the mask
wider.
at the moment.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Look at the smile right
by the
there.
way,
In the chats.
I feel like it's important that I let you know that I have registered for it this year because I did not get any swag last year. Swag. I just called the swag.
Yes.
It's like Sean Connery.
There we go.
Get any swag. I didn't get any swag last year, Paul. Anyway, that's as good as my Sean Connery impression gets. Speaking of things that get as good as they get, yeah. Let's cut right to you, Guy, because I think everybody's ready to see what's inside that box.
Yes,
and it's a glorious box.
It is, and I want to talk about that first. Mondo has a lot of great artists that work with them, doing a lot of their poster art and this and the other. And this was done by an artist by the name of Jason Edmonston. Now, I've been a collector of his stuff for a number of years, and so I was really excited to get a piece of his now prominently featured on one of my figures. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of his art in their future figures. So this portrait is spectacular right up in the front, that painting there. Absolutely love that. Now this is a magnetic closure, and I talked about Jason Edmonston's art. It is also featured right there as well. And this is a glorious photo. We've got Hogarth in the car there in the throes of play. I really like that. And this is, of course, your classic window box. I'm going to close that back up because there's one more little hidden kind of thing here on the box. You're going to open it from the top there, and there you're going to see, "You are what you choose to be," quote by Hogarth from the film on the inside lip there. Okay.
I choose to be a millionaire.
There you go. There you go. We're going to slide that out. Nice sturdy box. Mondo does great with their box art and their packaging. I like what they're doing on that. So this is a two-tiered box. On the top, we are going to have our figure. This is a 12-inch version. This is in their line that they're calling Mecha. I've had an opportunity to take a sneak peek at some of their other Mecha figures that they're doing in the Spider-Man line. And this is in that same scale and line. So this one here is about 12.5 inches high. He has a lot of pieces that he comes with, so I'm going to be taking those out of the box, and we're going to talk about that. Right. Probably going to be some questions, perhaps in the chats, of how does this differ from the one that we saw before that was done previously. Now that was done quite a few years ago. That was a larger version. But this one here is in the 12-inch range as far as scale.
Much more shelf-friendly.
He's much more shelf-friendly. He's also much more posable. There's a lot more points of articulation. In fact, there's some here that are kind of hidden points of articulation that allow you to do some poses that you weren't able to do before. And that's fantastic. So in that upper tray, you're going to have all of your hands, the main figure, and 3 additional portraits. You have 4 portraits in total. Okay, you'll see we have this the portrait down here, which is the red eye when he kind of becomes a weapon. We have, I'll call it more of a sleepy-eyed version in the middle there, kind of contemplative or mildly perturbed one there. I am going to turn it to the side because I want you to see that dent that is done is in these 2 here. Clean version or undented version there.
That's the next Boba Fett cosplay.
Exactly, it's a Boba Fett cosplay. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is a pretty amazing thing, is all of them have an articulated jaw. Okay, now we do see him eat metal and things like that. You'll notice you don't see any teeth in that one, but you do see it on the one up here. Those teeth are removable, and I will do a swap out with you. It's giving you that much as far as opportunities for posability. As I said, there's a lot of.
Or is that just the paint?
That is just the paint. This does not have a light up feature. The larger version from before did have a light up feature, but it did restrict the movement. As you can see, this is just with a little bit of front light here, and you see that they do have that. It really doesn't. It really does not need it.
Wow.
This jumps off like it was part of the actual screen. As you can see, this is it's a beautiful representation of it. He's an amazing character. We all kind of fell in love with him. This was the first time that we got to hear Vin Diesel voice a character. This being the one, I think he spoke 56 lines in this one here. Versus a
that's including the grunts and
it's including the grunts. So we're going to do a top to bottom. I'm going to spin the character around, but then we're going to go right into articulation because, as I said, this does have some what we're going to call secret points of articulation, allowing for different poses, and kind of jump right on into that. So you see we have all of those wonderful rivets right in the front. It's really almost identical to what you see. What's neat is the way in which they've designed the character, the figure, is identical to how it is in the movie as far as where these joints would be or screws or anything like that. They're all in there along with all of the rivets. And it does have that metal kind of primer gray that the character was done in. All right. Now that we have looked at the top, because we're when we get down to tread watch and the lower end, we're also going to have some articulation added to it. So what we got here in our arm, as you can hear, ratcheted. Okay?
Here and C. Those are visibly
here and C, ratcheted here. All right? Now here's some stuff
Iron Giant calisthenics.
Exactly. Now, this is what I wanted to show that's a little bit different. I'm going to leave the one arm up, the other I'm going to drop down to show you that, yes, you do have a full ratcheted all the way around. Very fun, very loud. You can turn this point here. Okay, so this whole section here also bends. Now this is going to give you a lot more pose options. Now you see there's our standard bend right there. I like that he looks up on there. What they've done with this, yeah, it's a head scratcher. What they've done with this one here is, if you have the other version, is there were certain poses in the film that you weren't able to do, and now they've gone and fixed that up for you. So as I said, we've got a pivot point here. We've got it to bend there. However, I want to drop the arm down here and show you. This is a new one done in both the arm and leg that I stretch. Boom. Okay? There's a few times that he does actually have his hand behind his head or up to the mouth when he's eating, things like that. And this was going to allow you to do that with having that option, okay? It pulls out like that. And that is on both of the hands. This also allows you, with the accessory, and I'm going to hold this up close to it, the large weapon accessory, that can go onto either of the arms. We'll do that a little bit later. All right, so that's some arm articulation. When we get to the hand there, as you can see, we have that classic bend of a robot joint. This is also ratchet style. But below, you're going to see that there is a ball joint. giving you even more articulation. Again, difference from that larger scale one to this one here is that that one there had individually articulated fingers. They were very tiny and one that you had to be concerned with. With this, what they've done is they've gone and given you a number of different posed hands. Thumbs up, kind of a flat open, pointing, things like that that we're going to see there. All of them attaching with a standard peg. All right, so let's talk about articulation of head. Obviously, full round and round we go. I talked about that articulated jaw. That's my pizza eating face there. We do have mobility there in the neck. What I'm going to do is remove the head so we can take a look that you do have the ball joint there. Over here is a softer material over, so I'm not going to worry about scratching it, but you can see that it does move down here and also in the neck here. So we do have...
That's comforting.
Yep, so we do have more mobility there. We go down to what you, Terry, will be most excited about. This is, we've never seen one like this, the most intense Terry trunk twist ever imaginable.
Oh, the pain.
That is correct. That's right. It's a full spin trunk twist. This also gives us a lot of great bend to the side.
Hashtag life goals, man.
As well. So this is the fitness routine you and I have been talking about starting. But this does give us
a fitness routine.
No, we have not. But it does give us a lot of flexibility and a lot of different options as far as what we're doing. Now let's work our way down into the legs. With this one here, not a ratchet on the leg, but a very smooth, fluid motion. Okay? Obviously, I'm impeded by going up and over the head because I do have the wider chest on this, but you can see just how far forward you can go with this. Jeez. I wanted... There, oh, bam, we're all ready.
Oh, tread watch.
Yes. Now, it's important that we show the tread in this one here because we do see a great scene where Hogarth and he go to a swimming hole and he kind of sits flat down, or when we see him do his cannonball, and we can easily see that in those shots. And you do have that. Since we have the foot up like this, I want to go over. This is also new articulation with this particular version. We're going to have the toe as well. I'm going to move to the side so you can see that we do pivot as well. That's a new articulation point. And then, of course, have the forward and backward. All right, so we have a lot there. Now, down here in that, in the joint there, we do have a bit of side to side. Okay. Now, here's where we're getting a lot more articulation with this one. And this is one that I know Mondo is really proud of, and it does make for a great pose. Now you can spin the leg here just as we were able to with the arm, where I talked about that you can do that full turn, that piece will turn, okay, as well as down here will turn. Now you'll see when you have it, there's going to be that divot back there. That is going to be, of course, where we are going to be able to pivot our leg backward. Now, we're only going to be able to go that far. However, here's what they've done. We can slide this out.
Hey, that's cheating.
Okay. By doing that, I'm able to get an even further bend in it.
That's nice.
Wow, by able to get that, see? By able to get that further bend. Now, when doing that, you saw that I kind of turned it around. That's because I had spun it when I went the other way. These are a little bit like those wrist pegs that we are used to dealing with. So know that when you turn it around and move it like that, that's how you're going to get additional. But look how deep I can go there. By doing that, I can get...
Cannonball!
I can get the cannonball. I can get...
Does it come with a flight stand?
Exactly. It does not need it. No, as far as any type of stand, it does not. And as you can see, it doesn't need that. It doesn't need the stand at all because he stands great on his own. That's another thing to talk about, and what they have done and changed if you had the previous version is this one here has a little bit more weight added down to the leg area. so you can get poses like that. I don't think we ever thought that we were going to get to see that particular shot done.
Nope. I never imagined that I would see this kind of range of motion.
No, it's not. It's not something we expected.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do a little bit of what we saw in the film. He kind of has his knees out to the side and his feet a little further in. But as you can see, the ability to spin those feet, turn that around to get that. You know what's fun? I know, Terry, you're not current. You are not currently on screen doing that, but I will let you know that Sam is off screen doing this particular squat.
Is that
however, right? But he has his head on at the moment.
Pixar didn't happen.
Which is good.
Pixar didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen. Those will be on the website.
All right, cool.
But I did want to show that, and I want to show again. Here's that extension. Remember we talked about with the arm, allowing me to pull those out. Now this one here, the reason I said you can pull it out.
You can literally pull it out.
You can literally pull it out, and that. Yeah. So if I want to add the weapon, now that can go onto either side. We are going to put a head on, but I do want to show you those teeth. That's going to require a close-up in a second here. But because you can remove that like that, and that ability to drop is how you're able to get those additional poses, those additional range of motion that we can see in this one here. And I love that we were able to do that. Great. Thank you very much, Julian. Julian's on the camera here doing a lot of close-ups for me. If you're questioning when you're posing him, I thought I would get a little bit deeper in a pose, or I thought it could bend a little bit more than that, make sure when you're seeing that little notch like so, that's where it's going even further, okay? If it's not going further than 90, you have to spin it around. Kind of makes sense? I know for you and I it makes sense.
Yeah.
I also like the when we see him at the swimming hole and he just sits down. So you can
do. This is taking care of something for me right now, because this is one of the poses that I was going to ask you to hit. Since we're doing that, that means that I don't have to like get down on the floor and mimic it, right?
Oh, see, yeah, I was going to say, is it because you're already sitting in a chair and you like that? I think this is spectacularly fun and cute to be able to do, to be able to have him like that in a sitting position. That he does offer so much more, that you're able to do with him. Before we go any further, I'll spin around and show all of our different hands.
Will he do his thumbs to his ears? Will he do that?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Okay, I do have. We're going to do a little close up, and I'm going to hold each one up. Maybe I should pop a little light on there. We have a thumb up one. Yeah. We have an open palm with a bit of a thumb out. Now these are not posable digits. Okay, these are pre-posed for you, which is great. I mean, you still have a lot of options, none that you would wonder about. You have your point, open palm, and
that's
then
legitimately an open palm. It's not a kung fu move or anything.
Yep, and then that one there, and you have a repeat of all of those on the other side. All right,
cool.
With a little bit of underlight, you can see even more detail of the tread watch, and we can see our different head sculpts. Now I'm going to set those out, and of course you see that we've got the one with the teeth in there, but Terry, we're going to jump into posing in just a minute here, so you're going to get to choose the head, and I'm going to put the teeth into it. So why don't you choose whatever head you'd like me to do that to, and I will show you how we swap out the teeth.
I think just the I was going to go with just the normal head.
All right,
but yeah,
we can now.
Let's just go ahead. Since we've already done this pose, we've already seen that you can hit this particular pose with the Iron Giant figure. Let's go ahead and go with the red eye effect, and then we're going to put the gun on him. Okay.
All right, we'll red eye effect, and we will gun him up. As I pulled out the accessories, another accessory that's going to come with is 2 additional pairs of teeth. Okay, so you are going to have. Okay, you are going to have 3 that you can have kind of ready to go with teeth. So you don't have to swap them out with each individual head. You will see on this one here, we're going to close up a little bit, I think, on this one here. You're going to see, because I will add one in, you'll see that there are 2 little notches on that one there. And on the bottom jaw here, you'll see a notch there. Okay, so you won't be putting them in incorrectly. There's only one way they will go.
So how do we differentiate the different sets of teeth? What makes each one unique?
The teeth are going to be the same, okay? But they've given you multiple pair.
Okay, so you just so you have a spare.
Yeah, so you have 3 sets of teeth. You have 4 heads, 3 sets of teeth. So if you wanted to use the one that it comes with, where it is the bright and wide eye, but you didn't want the teeth in, great, or whatever. But let's, as you talked about the gun, maybe he is gritting his teeth.
Yes.
I'm going to see if we are able to. I'm going to open the jaw there. If we're able to get a close up in there. Okay, you see how we have on the lower jaw and on the upper. Okay, you've got a ridge right here and a ridge in there, and that's how you're going to set those in. All right. And as I said, there's only one way they are going in. You know, I've been just rattling on. I haven't checked in on Paul. Have you checked in on Paul?
I have not checked in on Paul, and I think we probably should. We've been remiss in that. Paul's I've actually been looking at his preview on the screen and thinking, man, that guy's looking really lonely. But then I didn't feel like doing anything about it because he's also appears to be sitting in a room full of Iron Man armors.
He's doing well.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I would be fine with being lonely if I was, which if I had all of those Iron Man armors in my room, then I would probably be lonely for a long time. But
yeah, you could just take a nap in any one of the ones you wanted to, which is what I do
that's
daily.
right.
So we did have a couple of questions, Guy, before you get too bogged down maybe in the posing. Someone wanted to know about the weight on that. How does he feel? Because obviously it looks like it might be die cast, but I'm pretty sure it's not die cast. So people were just wondering about the feel and the texture. And then alternatively with that, can you maybe go into a little bit, maybe Sam can help with this, some of the weathering on the Iron Giant?
Oh,
Like
okay,
where
great.
there is weathering and stuff.
Whether or not you want to.
Well, yeah, where there is. Okay, great. Let's tackle both those. As far as there being any die cast or anything, there is not in this, but they have, as I said, put a little bit more weight into the lower end of the figure. So when you are doing poses, you are able to do a lot. Even though this is a larger section, and you would think, well, that's going to be probably pretty top heavy. They've compensated for that. Okay, so when we see that I can have him in a deep bend like that, then I'm not worried about it. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And we'll work on more of a pose like that. Now, the next question was about weathering. Now, if you watch this film, he does not have a bunch of weathering. He does have the ding in the head, or as Terry referred to it as the Boba Fett cosplay. That is really the only damage that we ever see in him. He doesn't have a scratch surface or anything like that. He was also the first fully digitally animated
yes, I knew exactly where you were going with that.
character. Look at that. You see, you can just do fun stuff. I like that he's just staring at you, Terry. Why are you interrupting
He really
me?
is looking creepy.
Why are you interrupting me? Yeah. How dare you? I dig on that. It's just kind of fun to to have that, which I totally dig on. So as far as weathering, why don't I pop a little bit of light on there, and I will spin it around. We'll leave him in this so you can see him, but you can see that he does have that consistent, as I said, battleship gray or primer gray type color, except for the rivets, which are a darker color, but this is a screen accurate representation. You also see down at the back end of the feet there on the lower calf, you do have that kind of piston look that the character had. But deep scratches, bangs, bends, anything like that, he does not have. Here's another really fun one. As you can see on the back, okay, well, there's going to be screws in order to attach. When I was watching the film, you'll see big screws like that, which are really, really cool. In fact, if you watch the film again, the screws like that are really important, particularly one in the jaw that we see. And not only did I buy this figure, there is also a 1/1 scale prop that Mondo makes of that as well. So that's also available. So,
okay.
Paul, any other questions before Terry's going to sit on the ground and do some fun poses? We're going to make him eat some aluminum foil or some metal type thing. So,
the only question I think that people are asking right now is why have we not already started posing this incredibly detailed figure? Yeah,
well,
I think people want to get the poses.
Okay, Terry, let's start posing up. I gunned on the right side, but I can easily swap to the left. You talk about what you'd like to see in this weapon style manner.
I think right side is fine. I'll
All right.
go ahead and do my thing and stand up and unplug.
All right. Yeah. Choose a hand for our left for you. I'm going to try and mimic whatever Terry does here.
I do not have anything to mimic that that gun, so you're just gonna have to roll with it.
We're going to roll with it.
All right, out of the way, Cher. We don't need you. So we've got this gun. So I think in his left hand you're gonna need a fist.
Okay, we're fisting. That's what I've currently got on there, so we're good. Oh.
All right, good. So I think just let's just keep it simple, like he's stalking forward. So stepping forward with his left hand. All right. I'm sorry, stepping forward with his left foot.
Stepping forward,
You'll
left
have to
foot.
let me know when you've got it, guy, because I'm not seeing you on screen.
Okay. Left foot forward, right foot back.
Yeah, left forward, right foot back. And then this is when we're going to implement the Terry torso twist. Okay, so you're going to turn that torso pretty far to his left.
Got it.
With this fist kind of up like this. Arm slightly out.
Okay.
And then bring that weapon forward and up. Okay, there we go.
It's nice having the ratchet and all of the additional ways in which I can do it. Okay, Terry twisting quite extensively on there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So that's pretty.
More twisting.
Yeah, more twisting and
more
arm
Terry.
towards the front. Yeah, and I want you to swing that arm out, guy. Yeah, and turn that head to compensate. There we go. That's more like it. And then turn that head so he's looking down the barrel. Yeah, and I think we got to lose the teeth, man.
Hang on. Popping the head. Well, I did want people to see how to put the teeth in, so.
Sure.
It's, Iron Giant dentures. They do. They do hold in there nice and tight, but they do slide out easily enough as well. If you need, I like the lower jaw. But those a little. I feel like a dentist. Okay.
Does he have the kill mode eyes in? Hey Karen, activate kill mode.
Yes.
Activate kill mode.
Does have
I understood that reference.
I do currently have kill mode in here. I'm doing a straight down the barrel gun action that Terry had asked. A little dramatic twist.
Just tweak it, man. I mean, you know what to do.
Do I? Do I now? All right, so
Yeah, see, that's going to be challenging, but yeah, I think you've nailed. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I can tell without even looking at that.
What is really neat, and when I was doing it, is know that you do have those extensions that I talked about in both the leg and the arm, and the ability to turn the pistons on the legs here, and as well as the bicep, and all of the a little bit like what you're used to with what we normally see with the wrists. Okay, where we get the bend and the total spin and things like that. So this is how you're going to be adjusting him like that. But it does allow us to. I do want to do a full spin around there.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right.
I dig it.
Now, he's not in gun mode when he does the next little bit. Two more accessories that we are going to talk about, and I am going to swap out the hand there before we do it, is he does come with a girder piece. Okay.
Yummy.
Yummy. and this is
That looks tasty.
slightly pliable. Neat part of it being slightly pliable is you do have a couple of different options when putting it in the hands, and you don't need to worry about any paint scrapes. The other is...
Yeah, see, if that would not have been included, I would have called that a faux pas.
Yep.
But, yeah.
On the back,
And
you'll see that
magnetized.
it has the little divots. I will not be making him into Superman with a gun hand. I'm going to take that off, but I will.
That's wrong.
Yep. I just don't think it's something we're going to do here. In
do I
fact,
need
I'm
to
going to put on a
demonstrate this one for
friendly.
you?
I'm going to put on a friendly head. Back to a friendly head.
Do I need to demonstrate this one for you?
Yes, I want you to be Superman.
Okay.
You can be my Superman. Are you? What? You're not standing up to do a Superman pose?
Hang on a second. Yeah.
But as you can see,
He's always in a
yes,
Superman pose.
yes, it is magnetic. Boom, holds nicely on the front
so
there for you.
he kind of. I'm gonna hit my head on my Hobbit. I'm gonna hit my head on my Hobbit thing here. So he kind of it's classic Superman. So he's got his hands down on his little hip leg things, the very top part of his legs here at the hips, and just sticks that chest straight out and
Okay,
off into the sky.
Chest straight out.
I don't even think there's a torso twist. I think he's just pretty much straightforward. That
straightforward.
would be one of those. I think that would be the one time that I would forgive the lack of a torso twist.
There's only one time a torso twist is forgiven.
Acceptable.
The neat part of it is when doing something like that. Let's see. You know what, Terry? Can I get Terry back on camera? I would just like to see how you want your hands on the hips. Are we going flat-handed? Are we going a little bit of fisting?
Fist. We're gonna go with open hands, man.
All right, we're gonna open hand it. So I am gonna
Open-handed,
swap
yeah.
these out right there, and I'm gonna ask for a little assistance from our stage crew. As I said, it does have that ball joint right there. We're going to do a little close-up there that you have. Okay. Now, if it does pull out, you can separate them, as I did there. Oh, that's really neat. I bounced his little connection point there in the studio, but we're looking for it here in the dark. But as you can see, we do have the hand there on the hip. There's one of those open hands. I think that looks really pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it does.
How it goes. If we can pan down a little bit on there, that you see how it will fit on there. The other cool part about something like that is, as I said, when we would go up and extend a little further with the hand,
Not that part.
that we do get we can do a full behind the head. Because he does have a few times where he head scratches.
Yes, he does indeed. Yes, he does.
Wouldn't you know, I'm going to launch a connection point across the room here. But that's the beauty of the live TV. While we continue to look for that, let's take a look at this piece here.
That looks
I
found it.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. Super producer Sam is also the sleuth that was able to find said piece real quick.
Sam has
Thank you,
frequently
Sam.
found pieces that I've lost while shooting How to Be a
Well,
Poser.
it's important then that we take a look at this particular piece. I am going to hold it with a little set of pliers. So that is your connection point. It is a, whoop, not let it go because I didn't want to hold it too tight. It is a little ball joint that goes inside the arm socket. Okay, so I'm going to push that back in, or I can attach the hand. Now let's see, we were doing the open hip hand. Popping that in like so. Down on the hips, Superman action. Hey, you know, Terry, that's the fun part of doing this live. If you and I were in our living room, no one would have seen that. But we decided, why don't we go in front of as many people as humanly possible and do it there.
oh, it's
And,
fine.
oh yeah, magnetically attach.
You got Sam on hand there. See, if we would
I've
have
got, you know, he was,
it would have been us.
he and the rest of the crew were super sleuthing there. A chest forward, very excited, very proud
Now, is there any kind of shoulder shrugging that goes on, or do you just have the rotation?
Correct. It is just the rotation there. The character doesn't do a shoulder shrug at any point. This is not, if you look at the way it is in the film, this is not an area that will ever move. That's a non-moving part. But
Okay,
you can also
cool.
put on a crunchy head. Yeah, well, there was a little fun there. My goodness. Having something like that. I want to see his... I think he's going to be happy about chewing this stuff. So I do want to show off the...
Yeah, you can totally like tweak that and actually just grab one of those hands and just throw that girder in it and make it like he's about ready. Yeah, sure, he's wearing the Superman thing, but he's getting ready to have a snack.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can do all of that. So that one there.
An Iron Giant still got to eat.
An Iron Giant's got to eat. An Iron Giant's got to eat. Let's see. Well, he's happy eating.
Fun. Nice. Yeah, that's exactly how it ought to be.
See, so
Okay.
he does have a lot of different ways in which you can pose him. So
Yeah. All right. Cool.
and you can also make it a fun game for have Sam come and find things.
All right, awesome.
Paul, are there some more questions about him before we do a cannonball?
So no, I think people were just very curious. I don't know if we did a close up on all of the the sculpts and everything, but if you maybe some of the folks that just sort of strolled in now, if you could maybe just show off the alternative sculpts and everything that he comes with as well,
right.
really quickly.
Well, let's do that. While we've got a close-up on the face there, we do see that this is the bright and wide-eyed one with our dent to the side. Each 4 of these head sculpts will have an articulated jaw. Next head sculpt that we have is going to be the weaponized red eye. Again, articulated jaw. You do have 2 extra sets of teeth, so you can make any of them have the teeth. All right, we do have I'll call it the sleepy or slightly perturbed, your choice, but he does have a lot of different expressions with that one there. Same way, and this is another one with the dent. I like that intense look as well.
Angry eyes. Where's my angry eyes?
Yeah, exactly. Where's my angry eyes? Quickly, as we talked about that, the material used in that girder is going to be a softer material. The hands are
That's
molded in those open positions. Magnetic. You see that there are the rivets are all raised. There on the back is going to attach the same way onto
Nice
those
touch.
rivets. Softer material around the neck joint. Okay, it's not a true like soft rubberized, but it is a slightly softer material.
Yeah, that looks
Same
really
down into the hands. So
good. Awesome.
a lot going on with it.
All right, well, thanks for showing us that again, guys, for all of our viewers who may have walked in at the last minute here. I think that about does it for today's show. Thanks to everyone for being patient with us as we settled our technical difficulties there at the beginning. Got off to a late start, but I think the material was worth it. Remember that next week there will be no Unsealed and Reveal. We're going to be taking a break as the Sideshow crew prepares for the wonder that is Sideshow Con the following week. So make sure that you stay up to date on all things Sideshow Con between now and then. And we'll be back, I believe, the following week. Again, thanks everyone for watching. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Boom. Bye, everyone.
Bye, gang.
Look at his face.